Okay, and so I want to welcome you all to the Winter 2023 Veggie Meter Forum for the Carrots Collaborative. As a reminder, that stands for Carotenoid Assessment Research with Reflection and Optical Spectroscopy. How convenient that it's spelled carrots, huh? We're happy to have you all here, and this introduction will be brief, and then we'll get started with our speakers. Just tell you a little bit about what to expect today. So just some housekeeping. If you haven't already, go ahead and edit your Zoom name to reflect what you would like to be referred to as. We're asking people to introduce themselves in the chat box. We will also use the chat box for questions. Marcella, who I'll introduce momentarily. Marcella and I will be monitoring the chat box throughout, and then we will go ahead and have a long opportunity to have a question and answer session. If any resources come up, for example, Saima just sent out the paper that she'll be presenting today. We can go ahead and email those out through the listserv afterwards. And then as with any sessions we've done previously, we will be sending out a Google Forms questionnaire at the end to get a bit of feedback and solicit speakers for the future. So I did want to add one thing. It's come to our attention that some of the communication from the listserv has been going to people's spam folders just because it's a Google listserv, I believe. So if you have had any, I mean, you're all here, so you found out about it. But if there was any issues with receiving communication, if you heard about it from someone else, please let us know or go ahead and check your spam folder. It might be there. And we'll probably send out that questionnaire by next week, I would guess. Marcella, is this you or me?
Me.
Okay, and let me introduce my colleague, Dr. Marcella Radke. She is, let's see if I can get it right, a postdoctoral, Propel postdoctoral fellow in the Department of Epidemiology and Population Health at Stanford University School of Medicine. How'd I do?
Perfect. A long title.
And I did it without having any notes. Okay, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Great to see so many familiar names and faces. I feel like there's been a lot of exciting research that we've been hearing about at ASN and all the other conferences that we had this summer. And welcome from across the globe to hear about today's forum. So our overall goals of today is really to talk about some of the research that is ongoing using the Vegimeter, really as a space to collaborate with other researchers who are utilizing the device, and then talk about some of our successes and challenges that we've had with implementing this research device in community healthcare and other settings. We're talking with two esteemed researchers who I have the pleasure of introducing in the next couple of minutes. And we'll discuss some hot topics that are questions that we had from researchers using the device, both from last session that we didn't get to, and then some new questions and topics that we just received about the device. And then really next steps for collaboration. So where are areas of research that we have commonalities, and how can we really leverage the support of the other researchers on this call to move the device and the research forward? Next slide. And so we ask that you all come in a space where we can, again, share successes and challenges. So we really want this to be a space where we can talk about research projects and plans. I have some troubleshooting questions to ask, so I think all of us using the device might have some areas of concern as well as successes. And then lastly is to brainstorm new research. So I know at a couple of the conferences that I attended this summer, we really brought up some new novel ideas about how to implement the device and what are some existing questions that we have. So sharing with all of us what some of those new research ideas might be.